Hello, my name is Obaji Alege. I am the founder of Complemetrics and the youngest honorable in Nigeria. I'm 20 years old and I've been coding for half my lifetime. I build software currently, but my foundation isn't just in software. I started out building hardware as a kid. I built my first driving robot at the age of 11, which eventually evolved into public policy and diplomatic work. Don't ask me how. I'm currently sitting as the vice chair of the FCT Youth Parliament, which is the capital of Nigeria, as the vice chair of entrepreneurship and job opportunities, and I also sit as the protocol director. With this position, I get a first hand look at exactly why institutional data systems fail, and this is Sentinel, just one of the products that's meant to help solve one of these very big gaps, and I hope you enjoy it. Alright, so this is Sentinel. Sentinel is an autonomous threat intelligence platform that tracks global crisis and supply chain risk in real time. It constantly processes thousands of global events, mathematically calculates localized risk, and lets users automate their response to disruptions before they hit. Here's how the engine works.
This is the interface. It's a 3D map, so you can turn it however you want. You take any event on the map and you map it out here. And we can time how long it takes to make a graph.
Alright, so while that's loading, let me quickly explain what's going on the back end. Standard enterprise setups brute force RAG by throwing massive context windows at large language models. It's slow and incredibly expensive. We engineered Sentinel to do the opposite. We use a lightweight model on Fireworks AI, currently DeepSeek V4 Flash, as a traffic cop to extract clean metadata first, things like country codes, event types, and severity scores.
20 seconds for this graph. Can ask it any question, and we will ask it.
Before a user even triggers a query, the backend is constantly handling a massive data firehose. We deployed multiple supervised edge functions running on automated cron schedules to fetch, sanitize, and structure raw data across 9 disparate global sources. Everything from NASA's live thermal anomaly data to USGC's seismic tracking to macroeconomic baselines from the IMF and the World Bank. But raw global data is incredibly noisy. If a major port disruption occurs, you don't want 50 separate duplicate alerts clubbing up your vector space. To solve this, we engineered a geospatial and temporal deduplication pipeline directly into the database layer. The system automatically merges incoming events based on spatial coordinates and strict time windows. This ensures our database represents a singular canonical event rather than redundant noise. Once the data is clean, we don't rely on subjective LLM sentiment to figure out if a country is unstable. Relying on an AI's opinion is a massive single point of failure for enterprise threat intelligence. Instead, Sentinel calculates a global political risk score deterministically. We pull structural country stability indices from global institutions like the Fragile States Index and World Bank governance indicators to create a solid baseline anchor. Then, we layer event density and severity on top of that baseline using a logarithmic temporal decay model, running a decay constant of 0.05 per day. This mathematical intervention ensures that an active conflict today heavily spikes a country's risk profile, while a minor protest from 2 months ago naturally fades out of relevance. We also apply exponential severity multipliers so that a catastrophic infrastructure failure properly outweighs the background noise of minor daily events.
All right. So here you can isolate and look at various countries. We can take any country in the world. So we can go to Angola, can go to Argentina. Let's look at a country that maybe hasn't been analyzed before. Can take Belize and we can analyze this country and get a score of 96. Of course, this is not accurate just because there's not enough data for it to give an accurate score. The more data is input in, the more data you get out. And then this is the live wire of real life events that are currently being put into the system. This is the risk matrix. So every country you evaluate will show up here. The Intel chat, you can chat with it here. This is the chat history. You have workflow automation, and then you can ingest and put in data yourself in here.